Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. My name is Siobhan. I'm a psychic medium, Akashic reader, energy healer, and activator of starseeds and chosen ones. If you are here on my channel and looking into the immediate future energy, then you are here to ascend and rise, okay? So today we're going to be looking at your immediate future and we're going to find out some messages that are going to come through for you, hopefully get some timing as well. As usual, we have the three groups to choose from today. Group number 1 is the rooster. Group number 2 is the cow, and group number 3 is the sheep. If you feel drawn to more than one animal, more than one group or reading, that's totally fine. Some people enjoy watching them all and then taking the messages that resonate. What I do sometimes is actually I'll select one group that I'm especially being called to by spirit, and then I'll watch them all and I'll see kind of how things differ or what the messages really were that stood out for me from that group that I felt called to. Sometimes I just select one or watch them in a specific order. You do you, boo-boo. You just have fun with this and let your intuition guide you to what you need, okay? So we're going to get into your readings and we will see you there. All right, hi group number 1. Welcome to your immediate future reading. You have chosen the rooster or been drawn to the rooster. And the first thing that they're showing me clairvoyantly is this rooster crowing. You know, the cock crows at the crack of dawn and you're able to awaken. There's something about waking up to something or a new day dawning in your life. That's usually what the rooster symbolizes for me anytime spirit has brought through that synchronicity. So I feel as though your immediate future, there's going to be a shift in what you are aware of. Like you're seeing something new or there's something new that's coming in. I'm also getting the energy of an alert, like you're being alerted to something. So let's find out. All right, you have the bow. It's like the package or the bow. Maybe you're receiving something. Yeah, I'm hearing a doorbell like ding dong. It's an alert. Might come through in the morning because that's what I was getting from the rooster. Somebody ringing your door, bringing you a package, bringing you something. Let's find out more. You have the spaceship. That's awakening for sure. I want to get one more off the top. We've got the life preserver, the lifesaver. This is an alert because it's going to save your life. It's like you're being woken up to something that is going to help you. It is higher level consciousness for sure. You're receiving something, definitely. You're receiving help or support from the divine through this awakening. You might even, if you're a galactic being, you're going to be receiving some kind of an awakening of consciousness through your galactic guides, okay? So that's a very specific message that's coming through, but I have to mention it. You're receiving something here that's going to help to save you from something that you were concerned about, or it's going to be a present or a gift of some kind. You're going to get some kind of a handout or something brought to you. You have the snake as well. I feel like you may be getting warning of something that could have been dangerous. Yeah, okay? Because what they're showing me is actually like a snake coiled in the grass, and the rooster sees it and alerts and starts crowing very loudly. And then the snake is like, oh crap, I've been spotted, I've been seen. Like there's a snake in the grass in your life somehow. And a spirit is alerting you to save you from this situation, or your guides are giving you information about this situation, expanding your mind around it. And this is a gift because this is going to protect you. So not all gifts are physical. Not all gifts are things that are like add to our life. Sometimes the gift is the protection from something that's not good. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody was like coiled in wait, ready to attack you, or you could have like stepped on something that would have been bad. You metaphorically speaking, maybe literally, I don't know, but you're getting an alert about it so that you can avoid it or that it's scared off in some way. Yeah, you have angelic protection. Big time, group number 1. Yeah, you know, the example that they're giving me also is to do with Judas and Jesus. And I think there was a quote in the Bible where he goes, before the cock crows for the 3rd time in the morning or something like that, you will have betrayed me. So Jesus knew that Judas was going to betray him. So again, it's like this snake in the grass energy, but you're being protected. You're being saved in this regard. You're being lifted out of this situation, and that's the gift. Okay. Yeah, you're being alerted to this. The golden infinity sign. infinitely protected. Fireflies. Illumination. You're infinitely protected. And you're getting that illumination, group number 1. We're going to use the Harry Potter deck that just got sent in from a subscriber. Thank you for the donation. I love it so much. Arania hold on, it'll say Exume. Arania Exume. A charm, a non-explosive spell used for blasting spiders away. From the Chamber of Secrets movie. While in the Forbidden Forest, Harry Potter used this spell to blast acromantulas away from Ron Weasley. Spiders are Ron's worst fear. And even down here behind the magic, it says, when asked if you could cast a spell, what would it be? Actor Rupert Grint, who plays Ron Weasley, humorously replied, a spell that would make me pass my tests quicker. So I feel like this is a test that you are passing because you are listening to your intuition. Okay? I feel like this redirection that you're getting is coming straight from the hands of the divine, like straight from God intervening in your life going, hey, this is not the person or this is not the direction you want to go. And you're being redirected in that way. You're being blasted onto the right path, and what is not for you is being blasted away. They're actually showing me the chicken or the rooster in my mind attacking the snake. Like, with its talons. Do they have sharp talons? It's a Napoleon Dynamite reference. Yes, they do. And those sharp talons are like at the snake. So this snake really did not bargain for this. I don't think that this snake in the grass realized that you were so divinely protected, group number 1. And I feel like they are deeply regretting that they even tried to mess with you, like very much deeply regretting that they tried to mess with you because you're so divinely protected. It's like not even funny. Legilimens. Wow. Okay. Spell allows the caster to penetrate the mind of the target and access their thoughts. Professor Snape cast this spell upon Harry Potter while teaching him occlumency, the art of protecting one's mind against invasion by another. In these lessons, I will attempt to penetrate your mind. You will attempt to resist. Something about tests. You were tested about like this telepathic communication. I'm seeing that you're getting telepathic communication from your guides. They're telling you this person is not for you, or there's something that's negative lying in wait. So it's like you're getting the alert to this. You're getting the wake up call about it, and it's very, very protective. The other side of this is that the snake in the grass could have been attempting to read your mind, because everything is connected. And so they may have been trying to like infiltrate your thoughts or send you negative thoughts, but you are so divinely protected that, again, it's like there was no way. But there was no way. It's a Family Guy reference. Okay, spell used, what is this? Inflammare? Spell used to ignite the target by a small fireball. During Harry Potter's first ever Quidditch match, he loses control of his broomstick. Suspecting Professor Snape is to blame, Hermione Granger casts this spell, setting the hem of his cloak on fire. It's Snape, he's jinxing the broom. Okay, so somebody was trying to jinx you. Negative thoughts are jinxes too. Like if people send negative thoughts your way, you know, they're two-faced. They're like, oh, I'm chill, I'm cool, I'm your friend. But then secretly they're sending you negative thoughts, or they're talking badly about you behind your back. You're able to get the alert, and then they're playing the song Ring the Alarm in my head. Yeah, and I'm hearing like an alarm going off, like Yeah, so you guys, in the immediate future, you are going to be getting this very clear warning that someone is not for you, or that you've been attacked in some way by, or attempted, let's say someone was attempting to jinx you energetically through these thoughts or through telepathy. And even like these references to Snape are significant because Snape is in Slytherin house, which is the snake. So again, that snake in the grass, I feel those two cards. Okay. Whoa, I almost wanted to say, dude, what? Avada Kedavra, somebody was really not, like they wanted to kill you or something. Like they wanted to take you out in some way, group number 1. This is messed up. This person is evil. Avada Kedavra, that's like the killing curse. Yeah, it causes the instantaneous, painless death of the target, also known as the killing curse. One of the 3 unforgivable curses, Lord Voldemort casts this spell many times throughout the films, even using it to kill Harry Potter in the Forbidden Forest. When asked how many hours he spent learning spells, actor Ralph Fiennes, Lord Voldemort, replied, simply not enough. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die. It's, again, I'm getting like in that scene in the Forbidden Forest, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen or read the books, seen the movies, Harry goes to the Forbidden Forest willingly, like he knows he's about to die and he's accepted his fate, but he's divinely protected, so he resurrects. That's the same energy as Jesus. You know, even like the archetype of Harry is very much similar to Jesus. So Jesus knew that Judas was going to betray him, but he still went along with it anyway, because he knew that he was going to die and then resurrect, because he's this immortal, infinite being. Jesus was a starseed, by the way. Controversial statement, but it's true. You have Engorgio, charm that causes the target to swell immensely. While camping in the Forest of Dean, Harry Potter casts this spell to transform a flickering candle into a giant flame. In Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Hermione Granger suspects that Rubeus Hagrid uses the Engorgio spell on his oversized pumpkin patch. So you have this ability to turn something small into something big as a form of protection, like this small alarm bell that goes off. It awakens you to what's going on here, and you're able to protect yourself and enhance that. I feel like this one other thing on top here, we have Expelliarmus, removes an object from the target's grasp. Yeah, you remove the object from this attacker's grasp. You take away their ability to hurt you in some way. Harry Potter casts this disarming charm against Lord Voldemort during their final battle, eventually removing the Elder Wand from the Dark Lord's hand. And then there's a little blurb here about Daniel Radcliffe getting upset about people mispronouncing spells, Expellorama versus Expelliarmus. So something about mispronunciation or saying it clearly, pronouncing something. Ooh, this person wanted to pronounce you dead. What the frick is this? Come on, Tom, let's finish this together the way we started it. Or finish this the way we started it together. So I feel like you're divinely protected, group number 1, because you realize that this person and you are one. You started out together, you finish it together, but this person in the physical realm, like in the earthly 3D realm, is completely disconnected from that. Like they don't see the connection. And so they try to attack you. They try to take you out because they don't see you within, they don't see them within you. They don't understand that. And so by trying to hurt you, they don't realize that they're hurting themselves, but the divine sees all. And so there's protection here, psychic protection. I'm seeing physical protection. I'm seeing physical health protection being a big one here. They're talking to me about that through the pumpkins. So yeah, your life is being saved. Save your soul, save our souls, SOS. Somebody call 911. On the dance floor. Whoa, that song just came through. Yeah, it's like you are getting the support because this person or this energy, if it's not a person, this could be just like a dark entity or some kind of low vibe energy or like nefarious forces of some kind. You know, there's various ways that could show up, but it's somebody who has ill intent. I just saw 1333 on the recording time. So you're divinely protected by the ancestors, by your guardians, your guides. And this is your gift. Like nothing can get through this. It's like red tape almost is what they're showing me. It's like red tape. Nobody can get through it. They can't get to you, group number 1. So I'm curious to find out when this is happening, or we're going to get more information on this. So I'm going to just clear these cards away. By the way, this is my Synchronicities Oracle deck. It's in pre-publishing state right now, so you guys can pre-order it to help me get it published and printed out if you feel so called. But let's get some information about when in the immediate future this is happening, or some more details on this. Page of Pentacles reversed. This may have already happened. I'm kind of getting this message of like, They already tried to attack you, and in the immediate future, maybe even like right now in this reading, you're getting awareness of it. Like this has already happened. This person already tried to attack you and they failed. They got called out. You've already resurrected is what Spirit just said. Whoa, okay. So that's actually past tense energy that we were just looking at. Oh yeah, the Hanged Man reversed. You got yourself free. They tried to like tie you up or something and leave you to hang out there to die. It's like, no, it didn't work. And it does feel like a physical health attack, like they were trying to attack your physical health in some way. So if you had any symptoms that were showing up randomly or very intensely, this was a psychic attack. They're showing me like snake venom, and they went in through like the heart. They tried to attack you through your own unprocessed emotions. Again, they're showing me chains here. Look, there's chains here around his feet, and then he's got chains around his waist here. I'm hearing chained to your grief. So they tried to chain you to your grief. All right. 4 of Cups. And they tried to distract you. Yeah. They're like, look over here so that you don't see the snake you're about to step on. They set a trap for you, but you didn't fall into it because you had Spirit to say, don't go that way. That rooster was like, caw. That's more like a crow. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Like, go this way. Go over here. They brought your attention to this. The Emperor reversed. This is distorted masculine energy. This is like tyrannical dictatorship. I'm getting like Hitler vibes. Like this person was like a Nazi energetically, or this energy of the individual or the entity is like very dark, distorted masculine. Ugh, I don't like that. 9 of Wands. But you are the warrior and you are protected. So in terms of timing right now, what I'm seeing is that like you're good. It's all good. You don't have to worry about it. The Ace of Cups, and they said turn it around in my mind. Okay, yeah, it's upright. I'm hearing you're protected by the blood of Christ. Okay, so for some of you that may not resonate, for others it will, but it's got coding in it. So there's something about like, they did mention Jesus before. Yeah, so there's something about like the energy of the Christed energy. Yeah, the Christ within your heart that protects you. And it's this all-seeing eye that looks over you, guides you, and makes sure that you have the information you need to avoid getting into situations that could be potentially harmful. I'm also seeing in one day from now, so within like 24 hours, so tomorrow, there's going to be a revelation of some kind connected to the information that's coming through in this reading. All right. So tomorrow you're going to be seeing something even more clearly. Maybe you'll discover who this is. You might see that they are having bad luck. If this is an actual person, you might find out that they're suffering with health issues or that they've been diagnosed with something terminal, and it's because they were sending shit your way. All right. Like, especially if this is a known enemy, but I feel like this may have been an unknown enemy. So not sure, but let's see. Page of Wands. Yeah, they're showing me the orange trees in the background. Florida could be significant. Something about California maybe too, because the orange trees are there. They're showing me something about poison and oranges, like poison in the oranges, maybe like chemicals in orange juice, because they were showing me venom from the snake. I don't really know what this is. The world, maybe these were people that were trying to poison the world, like, you know, like dark 1%ers, dark elite shit, trying to distort the physical health and well-being of the people who are here on the planet. King of Wands. So tomorrow, they're bringing me back to that message of tomorrow. You're going to see something. There might even be something to do with Mars. Mars energy could be connected to this. So like a Mars transit or something to do with like a martial energy. I'm getting protection really strongly though. So you are protected. You're the warrior. You've got your shield, your sword and shield of truth. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Your health will heal. If fertility was affected, they just showed me the bunny crouching in the grass there. Again, the snake in the grass. It's like they tried to affect your fertility perhaps. Eugenics? Jesus Christ. They just gave me the word eugenics, and that is poisoning things to make people infertile. What the heck is this message, you guys? This is so intense. Yeesh. But it's like you get the warning of it and then you don't participate in that, or you're not affected by it. Judgment, because you heard the call. You know, your angels spoke loud and clear to you. We're like, hey, don't drink that, or don't eat that, or don't walk there, or don't hang out with that person, or don't let that energy into your heart. Like, there's something about this. They said, don't watch the news. Okay. Group number 1, for some of you, don't watch the mainstream news, because they're like spreading toxic misinformation and toxic energy programming in the mental realm through that. There's like subliminal messaging and coding that can distort your mind there. So don't listen to it. Don't watch it. Or there could be something tomorrow in the news about poisoned, or like a recall on orange juice. I'm getting like a recall on orange juices worldwide, or within the country or the state or wherever you're at, because they were tainted with some kind of chemical. That's what they're telling me. Yeah, it's like the orange juice in the cup. And maybe you thought about buying that brand, but you got that little nudge, or maybe this reading is giving you that nudge to like, don't buy that Tropicana, or don't buy that whatever. I don't know if that's what it's going to be, but that's kind of like the example I'm getting. Jeez, man. Okay. The Tower card reversed. Yeah, you are saved from this. You like divine intervened. The divine intervened, or is intervening right the heck now. And that's why tomorrow it's like you're fully aware of it, and you're like, no, I'm not participating in that, or I'm not going to fall into that trap, because I know what's up. My guides led me to this video. My guides gave me the intuitive nudge. My guides whispered it in my ear, whatever it is. Not even whispered, like shouted it in your ear. They blew this trumpet right loud in your ear, like very obvious, like, hey, don't do that, because they were saving you from this situation that could have been potentially physically harmful or fatal, is what they're showing me. Like, it could have been fatal, but you are a chosen one, group number 1. I did mention that in the beginning of the reading, which the intro of the video, which I don't normally do. I don't normally talk about chosen ones, but I'm getting this from your vibe. 2222 on the recording time. Yeah, confirmation. You are a chosen one, which means that you're divinely protected by the divine, because you're here for a bigger purpose. You have a higher calling. And so there's nothing that can harm you. I've said this in a couple of the recent readings. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Say it to yourself. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And know that that is truth, because you have the divine watching your back every step of the way. And even if you don't see those snakes in the grass, spirit does. The all-seeing eye does. And it's looking out for you. It's protecting you. And it's seeing through the bullshit of the distorted all-seeing eye, you know, like the eye in the pyramid kind of garbage. So I feel like you guys are coming out of this unscathed. Yeah, it's almost like they just showed me, you know when somebody gets in a car accident and it's so bad, like the car is totaled, it looks horrible, and the person just gets out and there's not a scratch on them. They're totally fine. And they're just like, what the hell just happened? That's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. Like, you are completely unscathed, untouched. It's a miracle I'm hearing. It's a miracle. It's a miracle, because it is. It's literally like your angels stepped in, your God stepped in and was like, no way. Not today, Satan. Not today, snake in the grass. That shit's not going to fly here. That's not how we roll. So you're coming out of this completely fine. And ironically, whoever tried to send this energy your way is getting it double back on them. So it's like, it's imploding on them is what they're showing me. So it's like they fall in their own trap, or they get stuck in it, or they're getting the backlash from it, or something like that. Okay. 10 of Swords reversed. Yeah, they tried to, I'm getting chronic fatigue, like that may have been a symptom. If you experienced chronic fatigue, the Moon card reversed, they tried to get into your thoughts. We did have that the legilimency card. Yeah, the legilimency spell. So they tried to get into your mind. They tried to attack you through the astral. They tried to like distort your way of thinking, or being able to rest and replenish your mental body at night. And so there was chronic fatigue, burnout could have been a sign or symptom of this as well. And you are avoiding the chaos of this, and you're recovering. I'm seeing you recovering. The next 24 hours, you're going to feel more energized is what I'm getting very strongly, group number 1. You're going to feel tomorrow like all of those symptoms are gone, or they're starting to fade away significantly. You're going to have more energy. You're going to feel revitalized and rejuvenated. You're going to get better rest at night. You're going to wake up feeling energized and ready to go, positive, optimistic. Claim this by liking the video. Claim it in the comments below. I am waking up tomorrow energized. I am healthy. I am healed. So it is. Claim it, because when you claim something, when you affirm it, when you trust and believe in that, you create it. So that's why I'm being called to say it here, is because it is protective in and of itself to make those statements of fact. You are a creator being. Stand in your power and know your power. Know your worth, I'm hearing as well, and know how protected you are, divinely protected. Okay, we're going to get just a few more cards from the Soul Journeys deck. Forgiveness. Wow. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So the highest thing that you can do, like Jesus did, was to forgive these people, not to wish them ill, because that really just poisons you. You know, it's like resentment and that type of energy, looking for revenge or vengeance or anything like that. That's poison within you. So the best thing you can do to heal is to let go and forgive, not for the other person. They're going to get they're going to get their karma. Let me tell you, they're going to get their karma. It's inevitable. But you can free yourself from the chains of this by just letting go and acknowledging that it wasn't cool what happened, but you are divinely protected. And this proved that to you, or it will be proven to you very shortly. Spirit's going to make it very clear, because that rooster crowing is so loud, you can't not hear it. You can't not see it. So you're going to see this very clearly, that you're breaking this chain or this pattern and freeing yourself. Surrender. I can release my need for control or need to control. So I feel like you are being able to release the need for control here, and that's really helping to move this energy out as well. I'm hearing recovery, and they're showing me the way that this kind of looks. It's almost like cells, like when you would look at it through a microscope. I feel like people are doing testing on this juice or these oranges or whatever this is, food substance of some kind that was tainted in some way. And they're realizing, like, look at the microbes. They're not functioning. Like there's some kind of poison, pesticide or something like that in the food or in the juice. And they're finding it. And then like the alarm bells are going off and people are being notified about it. But they don't want you to worry about this. They don't want you to stress about it, because that just adds to the energy. Empowerment through awareness, but no fear, okay? Because your power is by not stepping into fear. So do not take any of these messages and feed the fear. That's the opposite direction you want to be going. That actually makes you more vulnerable. The strongest and most self-protective thing you can do is to stay aligned through the surrender that you are protected, knowing that you can release control of this need to try and literally control every aspect or facet of your life, because you don't need to worry about it. The divine has got your back. All you need to do is just listen and tune in. My nose keeps getting really agitated. And whenever that happens, it's a very strong and insistent message, like pay attention to this. Group number 1, listen. They said, listen. Yes, because this is very important. Being in the energy of no fear, that is powerful. That is freedom. Yeah. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So be in the energy of happiness. Be thankful that you were saved from this. Be thankful that your energy is returning, that your rest is quality, that you are protected by the divine, that you are a chosen one, blessed by God, and embodying the Christ. Thank God that you are safe, that you have been miraculously guarded and protected, and that your health is in full recovery. May you flourish and thrive for your greatest and highest good. Amen. And so it is. So that's the message that I have for you here today. Group number 1, the immediate future, you're going to be finding out something about this, something you're going to be alerted to, and it's to do with your health, but you're protected and you're safe and you're healing. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that this reading was helpful. Again, no fear, guys, no fear, just faith, full surrender. You're safe. I love you so much. Thank you for being here on the channel. Thank you for supporting my work in the various ways that you do. One of those very simple ways is simply by liking the video. It helps to share these messages. It tells the algorithm that this message is important and it shares it with more people. More people need this message to protect them. So please do me and Spirit a service in liking this video. It's going to help a lot to save some people's lives or to help them. So please do that. If you resonate with my messages, with my style of reading, with the energy that I'm here to activate within you, you can also stick around and subscribe to the channel or become a member here as well, where we have additional members-only content, deep dives, energy activations, and healings through live streams once a month as well. If you guys are looking to pre-order the Synchronicities Oracle deck, it's linked in the description box below. And I want to say thank you to those donors who have sent in donations of financial support for me. Thank you so much. And Dex and the crystal ball that was sent in as well. You guys are truly, truly the best and you bless my life. May your life be blessed in return. I love you and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the cow. And right away, I'm getting the phrase sacred cow. So there could be connections to India. I know India is where cows are considered sacred. So maybe you're from India. There's some connection to India here. But let's find out some information about your immediate future. Okay, so you have the book, and I heard book of knowledge. So there could be some kind of a book of knowledge that you are receiving from India or some kind of sacred knowledge. Yogic scripture is what they're giving me. And I'm getting the words yoga nidra. I'm not sure what those are or what kind of yoga that is, but they're telling me yoga nidra. Okay, this is significant in the next 24 to 48 hours, perhaps, like very immediate future is what I'm getting. We have the billows. Fanning the flames in some way. Let me just sit with this for a second because I don't feel like that's quite right in this context. I feel like this information is just blowing into your life. That's what I'm getting from it. The information is blowing into your life. All of a sudden, it's like, it might even like blow across your path, something like that. Like they're almost giving me this image of like a person walking down the street and this flyer just like blows onto them, you know? It's caught up in the wind. It blows onto your legs or onto your feet and you pick it up and it's like a yoga studio or there's like a store that's selling some kind of a book. This is very, very specific. So if it's not literally that, just take that as metaphor, but they're showing me those images. So I need to report that. Okay, we have the rowboat. I heard moving in a new direction. Okay. And the bridge. Yeah, this is bridging from one state to another, moving in a new direction. They're actually showing me a gondolier in Venice, Italy, moving the rowboat underneath the bridge. That's interesting that we're getting locations for you. India was referenced, and now we're getting Venice, Italy. You guys might be grid workers, okay? If you were drawn to this group, you may be working with energies in different locations on the planet. And when they're being brought up or referenced in this way, or you're seeing synchronicities around different locations, it's because you are activating those points in the grid, or those points in the grid are activating something within you. No frickin' way. Yeah, confirmation. Thank you, Spirit, for confirming what I'm getting. You are here and you're connecting to different points on the grid. Yes, you are grid workers, group number 2. Definitely. Sacred work, I heard. Yeah, the tower in my deck. This is my new deck, the Synchronicities Oracle. It's available for pre-order. We are in preprint right now. If you want to order, it's in the description box below. But I'm seeing that there's like towers or points on this grid that activate or channel the energy down through it. And it's like you're helping to build different energy points on the grid there. So you're going to get information in regard to certain things, or you're going to be drawn to certain information from different parts of the world. And what that's doing is activating that energy stamp from that location within you. So you could read something from India, or you could see something related to Italy, or you could just like even eating pizza or something like that, but thinking of Italy in your mind, and all of a sudden you're connected to that grid point. It's really that simple and that easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to physically travel there. In most cases, you certainly can if you're called, and there can be more intense work to do in that way. But I'm seeing it's all done energetically just through aligning to that frequency. This feels like a cell tower, like a cell phone tower, where it's sending and receiving instant information through these airwaves. That's what's happening here. You're like a cell tower, group number 2. You're the matchstick. There's definitely some new information coming in, and it's going to come right to you. So look out for things that you were prompted to research or Google. Look out for things that maybe just blow into your path, or ideas that kind of just spring to mind. Look, that bookshelf is going to be filled here with knowledge and information. It's giving me Sagittarius energy, like the 9th house, to do with information, world travel, cultures, philosophy, belief systems. There's something about that here that is coming up in the next 24 to 48 hours. And more confirmation, the world here, the globe. So you've got both of these, and literally everything that I was just saying. It's coming true. It's manifesting in real time. You can see the magic of spirit communicating to you here. This is very important that you understand. They're showing me again, it's like the grid lines on the earth. See how there's those aren't the actual grid lines. Those aren't the ley lines, but it's this idea of like the grid network they're telling me inner earth as well. Okay. The candle. I'm going to turn these all upright because I just feel that intuitively. So you've got the match, you've got what fans the flame, and then you've got the candle that's lit. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like in the next 24, 48 hours or so, you're going to get a lot of information, group number 2. A lot of information that's coming from some kind of a global news source, not necessarily like television news. I'm talking about like news that you're getting related to things that are global. Maybe it's through a video. Maybe it's through a newspaper, maybe it's through a book or a flyer or something, or maybe it's just through you Googling something. Yeah, so there's so many ways that this could, okay, look, you have the mouse thing. So yeah, it could be something you're Googling online, or something you're searching for, or something that you come across online. So pay attention to information that you happen to be drawn to. If you feel so inclined to, they just gave me the word geolocate. I was going to say if you feel inclined to Google something, do it, but they gave me the word geolocate in the middle of that sentence. What is geolocate? Is that you're locating a place in the world? And they're showing me Google Maps clairvoyantly. Like Google Mapsing something and then like zooming in until you have like almost that like street view. That's what they're showing me. Whoa, you can do grid work like that, they said. The age of technology. That's why you incarnated in this time. You don't have to physically travel to that point on the earth. You can literally just Google Maps it and zoom in and you're connected to that point energetically, because time and energy are not a factor when we're talking about energy. It's all quantum. So quantum entanglement is at play here, and you're able to connect to that point on the grid energetically in real time. Whoa, this is cool. This is really cool. Mushrooms. I heard translocate when I pulled that card over. Okay. This is talking about timeline stuff. This is a really high level reading. Okay. So this is not like a 3D reading. We're talking about like 5D and above things here. Okay. So, yeah, but this is, you got the outlet. I did hear news outlet, but I think it'll be like an alternative news outlet of some kind, perhaps group number 2. Or it's like a news outlet that's purely in the mind, like the mushrooms, right? It's like you're just receiving this energy. It's like news update from spirit. Oh, they're showing me breaking news, like when you're watching, it's like dun, 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 breaking news. But instead of watching it on the TV from the distorted news networks, you're getting it straight from source. Yeah, you're getting it straight from source. That is really cool. It's coming through synchronicity. It's coming through your intuitive hits that you're getting, your psychic awareness, definitely. You're a translocator, they said. Okay, so translocators, I think that's to do with transmigration. They said it's similar. Okay, what's the difference, Spirit? I'm still learning this stuff. Spirit's teaching me every day. Okay, so they're telling me that transmigration is about quantum shifting your consciousness and your frequency at soul level from one timeline to another. Translocation is connecting your consciousness to a specific point on the planet. That's what they were talking about. Oh, okay. I just learned something today. You gonna learn today, the more you know. So I feel like you guys are, you're translocating grid masters is what they just said. Okay, that just channeled right out of my mouth. Translocating grid masters. That is freaking cool, you guys. Okay. So let's get these up. We're going to get more information from the spells deck that was sent in by a subscriber. Thank you for this donation. You guys know how much I love my Harry Potter. If you're new to the channel, I am like so obsessed with Harry Potter. So somebody sent in the Harry Potter decks. There's 2 of them that they sent and I love them so much. Okay, we have the Wingardium Leviosa spell. Wingardium Leviosa. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. So it levitates objects a few feet in the air. And I saw 10:01 on the recording time. That's an activation code for you, group number 2. There's something about levitating. You're raising the frequency in specific locations, so you're able to like lift off. Maybe you're actually traveling, like literally raising up the feather. Maybe you're actually traveling. You have reparo as well. Repairs broken objects. For targeted effect, can add a special prefix such as Oculus for glasses. So you're repairing something. Oh, look, on this one it says Hermione Granger uses the spell to repair Harry Potter's glasses during his first ride on the Hogwarts Express. Translocation. Okay, I think there's transmigration in that as well because you're moving from the Muggle world through platform 9 3/4 into the Wizarding world. Do you know what I mean? But you're also physically moving different locations here. This is so cool. Does this mean you're going to be traveling in the next 24, 48 hours? Maybe, maybe not. Again, this could just be that you're Googling things or that you're energetically like astral traveling to those locations or connecting there telepathically. We have Serpent Sorcia. Conjures a large snake. Okay, during Dueling Club, Draco Malfoy uses the serpent spell to make a snake appear in the middle of the dueling runway. Don't be scared. I heard don't be scared, and it said scared Potter. Don't be scared. I feel like you're very powerful, group number 2. Yeah, they're giving me the word master again and the sacred cow, so you guys have the cobra is really standing out to me. Sorry, I just got like distracted. But like good distracted because Spirit's like, hey, this message is important. The cobra. This is to do with the third eye, they just told me. Okay, because look at the wand is pointing right between his eyes. There's a third eye activation happening for you in the immediate future, group number 2. I just saw 1s and 2s on the recording time, 1221, 1222 activation codes. And yeah, there's the cobra they're showing me is connected to the third eye. I remember I had a past life in India and I had like a golden cobra like head dress that sat right over top of my third eye because I was a psychic. I was actually like a yogini in that lifetime. There's something about that type of thing. Maybe you're connecting to past lives by Googling different places that you're called to. So you're not even just working on like grid stuff in this present time. Maybe you're connecting to previous lifetimes that you lived in those areas, and that's activating psychic abilities for you. Wow. Okay. What is this? Alarte Ascendere. I think this is similar to Wingardium Leviosa, but let's see. Rapidly throws the target high into the air. Yeah, it is. Draco uses the spell while facing off against Harry in Hogwarts Dueling Club. So we have 2 to do with Dueling Club. And like raising things into the air. Repairing your third eye. You're raising your frequency. Okay. You're raising your frequency by connecting to these grid points. Receiving downloads. Activations. And this is part of like They just said the battle for Middle Earth. Okay. That's a reference to Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but I'm seeing it as like the battle for New Earth, It's like the psychic war that we've been in. So I feel like you're ascendere. Yes, literally. You're on this ascension timeline, group number 2, and you are raising your vibration by activating your third eye. Finite incantatum. Okay, this is the spell that ends spell effects. So you're putting an end to some kind of curses or duels or battles. It's like you're finishing it. Finish 'em. This is Mortal Kombat. Yeah, wow. They're also showing me Goku. That's a reference to Dragon Ball Z. There's like a power move that you're using, or you're like powering yourself up somehow in this way. So it says, after a Quidditch match between rivals Gryffindor and Slytherin, Hermione casts this spell to stop a rogue bludger and save Harry Potter. I saw 1444 on the time as well. Actor Emma Watson on her character, Hermione Granger. She's always been brave. She's very loyal and she knows how to do the right thing. So I feel like you are very brave, group number 2, and you know how to do the right thing. And you are doing the right thing. You honor the sacredness of this realm is what they're telling me. And that's why you're being activated with these higher level skills or memories or gifts so that you can do battle in a fair way and finish it, like the finishing move. The finishing move in Mortal Kombat is always the most powerful. It's like your power move. It's the one that is the most effective. It hits the target with the most amount of damage. So you're able to, on some level, like power yourself up here, and then you have this additional move that you can use energetically to protect yourself or to like fight for what's right or something. You have Ashio as well. This is the summoning charm. Yeah, charm summons desired objects either in or out of eyesight to the spellcaster. I feel like you're summoning things to you by connecting to that energy. Yeah, definitely. You draw in that energy and you're able to translocate in that way. That is so cool. Protego on the bottom. Protego, this is the protection charm. Conjures a protective shield around the caster. Yeah, you're able to protect yourself, group number 2. Big time. Big time. Big time. You can protect yourself from death. Whoa. And they showed me the shield right away and the white horse. Okay. The white horse, that I think is a reference to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. But apocalypse in Greek means apocalypsis, which is awakening or the great unveiling. So the apocalypse is actually the ascension. And so there's something here about you being protected from death through the ascension process or by connecting to past lives, like reincarnation. Yeah, they're showing me that reincarnation loops, and they're drawing my attention very strongly to the white flower on the flag here. Order of the White Rose could be significant. They're bringing that message through. I'm seeing that you're very shielded and protected. Rod and staff codes on those vertical grid lines is what they're showing me. And I'm seeing a reference that's actually from the show Avatar, The Last Airbender, to the White Lotus tile or something. What was his name? The funny uncle character. I don't remember his name. I need to rewatch that show. But he's like a member of this positive secret society that it's like the Order of the White Lotus tile or something like that. I don't know, maybe search that on Google and it'll come up with something, but there's something about that as well. Anyway, let's keep going. 6 of Swords reversed. Translocating in the mind, they said, yeah. And swords are the mind. The 6 of Swords is about translocation or like literal location or migration or movement. So again, similar message here. I just got a message of Cambo for somebody. I don't know if that's going to be relevant for everyone, but Cambo, that's like frog. I don't know. I've heard of it before. It's something to do with frogs. I think it's like a psychoactive or healing thing. I'm not sure though. Something about that. Cambo, they said, and they showed the frog. King of Swords, learning And they're showing me integration of information. Again, they're showing me the third eye. So this is divine truth activation that you're getting. They said plus a million power. Okay, this is some big upgrades that you're getting, group number 2. And if this is your first time on my channel, I'm an energy activator, and one of my gifts is divine truth. That's the third eye chakra. So just because I have that in my soul blueprint and I am an energy activator by trade, you guys are going to be getting that activation here as well. But I think that activation is what's going to spur you into this new information, or to the, the energy codes unlocking, the transmigration stuff. So that's interesting. I'm also getting a message that you are activators as well. So if you are in this reading, you are an activator as well. Yeah. You are an activator. The Devil card reversed. You are a protector, and you're also protected from this negative, low vibrational energy, the distortion energy of fear. Yeah, they're showing me lower vibrational energy in the auric stuff that you've been battling. In the grid lines, it's like been embedded into the earth. The distorted grid lines that have been used for nefarious purposes. Wow, group number 2. You're really powerful. Okay, you're very powerful. You have the Empress card. They said turn it upright. Okay, you are the healer here to heal the earth. She is the Empress is like the goddess of the earth realm. Infinite flow of abundance, they said. Okay, so you are here to heal the earth. Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm getting healing very strongly. Very strongly. 6 of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to be receiving and giving to people in different locations. I don't know how that works, but that's what I'm seeing. You're going to be receiving and giving to people in remote locations. Well, you can wire transfer anything. You can PayPal, you can Venmo, you can Cash App. There's so many different ways that we can e-transfer, there's so many ways that we can give to people around the world, but it doesn't even have to be money. It's just like you're giving or receiving information or resources or energy exchange in some way with people around the world. Queen of Cups. They said turn it upright as well. So yeah, healing. You may be an energy healer, group number 2. Again, I'm getting energy activation. The clouds behind for a second almost look like lightning. So you are an energy activator, you're an energy healer, you heal yourself, you heal the earth, you heal other people. I heard Mother Earth. Yeah, you're very connected to Mother Earth, Gaia. And the Tower reversed. Okay, I heard saving the world. Yeah, you're here to save the world. You're not doing it alone. That's the good thing. So don't put that all on your shoulders. Don't be like Atlas, literally holding up the world all on your own. But I'm seeing you that's part of your mission, is you're here to save the world physically, like the earth itself. 3 of Pentacles. You've been working towards this goal for a long time, but it's been hard, is what they're telling me. But it's like there's something that's going to pay off in some way, or you're going to see the result of it somehow. Strength. Upright again, they said. Okay. Strength. You are very strong. Again, I'm getting protection. Lyran energy could be significant here. Pegasus energy could be significant. They showed me the white horse with wings. So Pegasus constellation, Lyra constellation. 9 of Swords. Checkerboard matrix, moon matrix, clearing. High wisdom, they're telling me. Grounding and earthing is important, they're saying. Okay, so group number 2, make sure that you are grounding and earthing as much as possible. First of all, because this is good for you and your body and your mind and your psychic abilities, but also because it helps to heal the earth. So the more that you earth and ground, the better the translocation of energy or the transitive properties is happening in some way. They're showing me like a quantum exchange between you and the earth. That's what I'm seeing. So the more that you ground outside, and they're playing the song by Baby No Money, Touch Grass, go outside, touch grass. So the more you do that, the better, because it's an energy exchange that it's like part of your natural abilities at soul level. The Emperor reversed. They're showing me volcanoes in my mind clairvoyantly. and storms. So there's something that you're helping to counteract in different locations on the earth. Like you're helping to calm down the volcanoes, or you're helping to quell the storms. I think for most of you, you know this on some level unconsciously, and I'm just here to remind you of it, or I'm here to help you remember or activate that within you. But if you're not aware of this, this is not some like delusion of grandeur, grandiosity. No. There's real shit, and there's real workers here who are meant to do this at soul level, light workers, light warriors, who this is like your job, and it's very sort of mundane on that level, but it really is powerful. And so again, they're showing me like these volcanoes being quelled or calmed, and this could be metaphor, but because we're talking so much about the earth, it could be literal. Yeah, you're preventing some kind of destruction. Wow, okay. Let me get these out of the way because we have one more deck to get to, and I just kind of feel like I don't want to clutter up the space, so we're going to clear these away. And we'll get from the Soul Journeys deck as well. Group number 2. Oh, that flexed. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about, oops, sorry, I bumped the mic. We were talking about past timelines. So I feel like you're healing and releasing regret around past things that happened either in your soul's trajectory, like your soul's reincarnation cycles, or for the earth itself. Like you could say, for example, connect to certain locations on the earth and receive some of the information about what's happened on that land, because the land will hold imprints energetically. If there's war on that land, it will hold that imprint. They're actually showing me Pompeii. Right, the volcano. And that was like a massive cataclysm. A lot of death. Okay, so they're showing me that you're somehow like clearing out the energetic imprints from these destructive events that may have taken place on the globe, on the earth plane. We can't really, we can't change the past, but we can release the energy in the present, and that does on some level change the past retroactively. It shifts the timeline, it shifts the energy imprint. Guilt, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Regret and guilt are being released from past lives is what I'm hearing. Sacral chakra could be significant. I just really noticed the color orange from those two cards. So releasing guilt or shame or regret out of the sacral. Yeah. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. Well, being a grid worker, you're most likely very empathetic, group number 2, and an empath, because you work a lot clairsentiently is what they're showing me. And that's sacral chakra, yeah, clairsentience. It's being able to feel extrasensory information through the body, through sensation. That's when you get like chills or vibration feelings or pressure or heat. Sometimes it can show up as empathy as well, but that's also connected to the heart chakra, where you can feel the emotions of others, or maybe you walk into a certain place, or you like go to a certain place physically, and you can feel the energy of something there. You can feel an imprint. Yeah, the emotion of that location imprinted in the land. That's what they're showing me, group number 2. Death. Okay, you have the death again. You had that from the tarot. Where was it? I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Yeah, it's the reincarnation cycle. That's what I mean. Like you are working with that energy of death, rebirth. And there's something here about, like I said, healing or releasing energetic buildup from maybe traumatic deaths or destructive deaths from people on the earth. Wow, this is such an interesting reading. Loneliness. You see all these people on the earth. Look. You're connected through time to thousands of civilizations of people, group number 2. Wow. Sacred rituals, blood sacrifice practices, they're showing me. Like you can connect to Mayan cultures and clear out those distortions in the grid of like the distorted blood sacrifices. You can connect to Pompeii and clear out the distortions of the pain that occurred from the destruction there. Wow. I know that I am never alone. They keep bringing through this message, so I'm going to say it very clearly here. You are not alone in this work. Group number 2. You are not Atlas holding up the world by yourself. Atlases could be significant because Atlas is the god of like maps, and we did have the globe and the you are here card from the Synchronicities Oracle. So even just like opening up an atlas and looking at those locations. But specifically, the message is you're not alone in this. You are one of many light workers who have this job. So please don't take it all on yourself. Yes, you are empathetic and you can feel these things and you are moving beyond the death cycle to be able to heal stuff, but and integrate and activate, but you don't have to do it all at once. They're basically saying don't bite off more than you can chew, group number 2, because you're not doing it alone. So let others do their part as well. There's many light workers that are strategically placed all over the world who are doing this work. Don't doubt that. I release the need to know all the answers. You may not know all the answers, but you have to trust what you feel. You have to trust where you're called. I'm getting this knowing that you are called to certain locations at certain times, or that you get synchronicities around those locations popping up. So trust yourself. Indecision and doubt, yeah, trust yourself. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Spirit does this with me all the time. They will direct me to certain locations at specific times for specific reasons, and I don't always understand why. But I do it because I feel it, and it always ends up being told to me later. Like maybe weeks, months later, I'll find out why I needed to go to that location, and they'll explain it to me in no uncertain terms. So if you don't know why you're doing something or why you're called to something or what's coming up around that, just trust the process. It will make sense eventually. You also have pride. Again, I'm getting Lyra energy. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. That's what allows for this empathy and this connection to the all. You're connected to the entire collective here on Earth and the planet itself. Trust. Doubt, indecision, trust. I'm saying like trust, group number 2. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Trust yourself. Do not doubt what comes through. It might seem crazy, especially if you're new to this or you're just awakening to this. But even me, like I've been doing this for years now, and I still have these moments of like, wait, what? But I've been through it so many times that I'm like, I don't even really doubt it anymore. Because it all comes together in such a magical way that it's like you literally can't make this shit up, especially when you experience it for yourself. Yeah, but I also see it every day in my work. Discipline is the thing. It's like the elephants from the Jungle Book. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. The jungle could be significant, the Amazon. Oh, the bottom of the deck, we have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I'm getting a message coming through that in a past life, you may have attempted to do some kind of this work and you felt like you had to do it all alone, or that you were disconnected from the support you needed, and then you failed in some way. And this may have affected your sense of self-trust and pride, and you may feel regret or guilt around something that you failed to do. Maybe you failed to save people. Maybe you failed to prevent some kind of death or destruction. But you've got to understand, group number 2, that was not on your shoulders to do. If it occurred, there was a divine reason for that. And you can also go back and learn from that and integrate that and clear that away and do the retroactive healing that needs to be done. But they're very clearly saying, like, don't attach to the doubt and the indecision and the lack of trust because of one failure. Okay. Trust yourself, really, and trust the divine. You are an aspect, you are a fractal of the divine, but you are just one small part of that divine whole self. So trust that whole self and just do what you can. Okay. Discipline your mind, disciplined approach when it comes to trust. Continue to reintegrate and double down on that trust, especially when the indecision or the doubt, the fear, the guilt, things like that come in, because this is what mental discipline is about. Choosing trust, choosing faith, choosing to align to that. That's strength. That's power. That's something to be proud of. And that's what the world needs, group number 2. So that is what I have for you today in your immediate future reading. Very interesting reading. Was not expecting this level of high level light worker information to come through, but maybe on some level I was, because in the intro to this video, I did mention something about like chosen ones and that I'm an energy activator, and that just all channeled out. So I guess Spirit had this plan in mind the whole time. So trust Spirit. They know what they're doing. All right, group number 2, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed the reading or you benefit from the messages. Let me know how it resonates in the comments below or what came through for you. Subscribe, stick around for more readings to come. And if you want to become a member, you can also get additional content ad-free and live streams with me where I provide psychic messages for the members and healing as well. So if you are in need of any of that, you know where to look. Usually everything's in the description box. If you're interested in purchasing the Synchronicities Oracle as pre-order to help me print them out and get those sent out ASAP, link is below as well. I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything you do to support my work here on the channel. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the lamb, and the first message I'm getting from this is something about a sacrificial lamb. Now, don't freak out, okay? This is not one of those low-vibey readings, and we don't do sacrifice and martyrdom here, but there's something about like the Lamb of God or sacrificial lamb energy that is wanting to be understood or connected to something in the immediate future. So we're going to find out some information for you, group number 3. We're going to start out with the Synchronicities Oracle, my new deck available for pre-order. Link is below. You've got the phone here. So you're going to be receiving some kind of information. They're telling me it's going to come through clairvoyantly. Telepathically perhaps, but they did specifically use the words clairvoyantly. So pay attention to what you're seeing visually in your mind's eye. You have the yin yang, black and white, standing out here. They just keep repeating sacrificial lamb in my head. I'm trying to like think of other things that are coming through here, but they keep repeating that. So I'm just going to keep going and see what's coming up. Trash, taking out the trash. Okay. You're doing some energetic purging or cleansing, and I'm noticing that I'm like really fidgeting right now. Can you see my hand shaking? It's because I'm jiggling my leg. I mean, yes, I do tend to stim sometimes when I'm doing really anything, just like all day, every day. But I'm especially noticing that I'm doing that right now. Like there's like all this nervous energy running through me, and I was not nervous in any of the other readings, and I don't feel it emotionally. It's just like my body is responding that way. So there's something that's trying to move out of your body. I'm getting itchy. You're releasing, group number 3. You're releasing. And they're showing me 4, 3, 2, 1 on the dial here, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this could be in the next 4 days, or there's like a countdown that's happening to you releasing some kind of darkness or impurity. You're taking out the trash energetically. Look they're all black and white cards. There's not like, that's not the most of the deck. They're all colored cards. So, and again, we have another black and white card, the snowy owl. Okay. Again, clairvoyance. Owls are connected to the third eye chakra. So you guys are doing some third eye purging, third eye cleansing, release, taking out the trash, they keep saying. And it could be connected to that sacrificial lamb energy. Like I said in the beginning, we don't do martyrdom here on the channel. No, we don't, because that is a distorted archetype. We don't martyr ourselves because that sacrificial energy goes against the unity principle in most cases. So no, in all cases. I'm going to correct myself there. In all cases. So there's something here about releasing darkness, purification, the snowy owl, purification. White is purity. Dark is not always bad. But in this case, they are showing me that there's impurities that you're going to be releasing. Buddha in reverse. The Buddhic body is a layer of the light body, that there may be distortions within, group number 3. That's what I'm getting very strongly here. And it could be connected to that martyr archetype of like the distorted Christ, sacrificial energy that you are releasing out of your auric field and stepping into your empowerment. They're going to be calling you up clairvoyantly on the phone, energetically, to give you this information. First of all, through this reading, and then second of all, through your own psychic awareness. So pay attention to dreams, visions, daydreams, meditation information that comes through. If you tend to be more clairvoyant, you'll get a lot more visuals on this coming up. So pay attention to those, or be intentional with your thoughts. If you are not someone who tends to gravitate towards visual or visualizations, you're still clairvoyant. We all are. We have the capacity anyway. But some people are less visual and they just don't operate at that level. And that's fine. You can still receive this information and it's going to move through and out the body, because they're giving me itchiness again. Yeah. Itchiness is distorted energy that's trying to leave the body. It needs to be cleansed out. There's something in your auric field, group number 3, that needs to be cleansed out. I can feel it. And you're going to be celebrating once you're able to release this, because it's been really heavy on you. You know, I'm being called to, let's do a little bit of clearing right now. Golden Lotus with the Om sign. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of clearing right now. I'm actually being called to use this. So I'm going to do some clearing for you, group number 3, to help this process along. I just saw 444 on the recording time. All right, so I'm infusing this Reiki crystal with Reiki, or this crystal, I didn't even mean to say Reiki crystal. It's now a Reiki crystal because I've just infused it with Reiki. So this universal life force energy of cleansing and clearing is coming through to you now. See how it's shifting the color? It's an aura quartz, but I'm seeing the rainbow body clearing. Okay, so we're removing the garbage or the waste within the field. We're getting that out of your system. And we're upgrading the light body today as well. So you guys are getting not only a reading, but you're also getting an energy activation, healing, and clearing. This is what I do. So here you go. You're balancing out the light and dark within you, the divine feminine and divine masculine polarities within you. Hierogamic union is what activates the auric field, builds out the light body, and gets this Buddhic body in harmony with the divine, with the heavenly realms, and gets rid of those distortions of the martyr. Okay, so we're releasing. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let it go, let it flow. Good. Moving that all out and down. I'm seeing a lot of it coming out and down through the root, processing down through the body. That's good. And I'm seeing new light coming in through the crown chakra. This also connects to crown chakra, the owl, especially the snowy owl. So we've got crown chakra energy coming in. They said, turn around the Buddha. It's time. Yes, good. We're clearing and activating, healing the Buddhic body. Stepping into that enlightened frequency, receiving the light of source, removing the crown of thorns. They said that's a martyr archetype. The crown of thorns is a crucifixion implant in the light body. Okay, so we're removing that as well. Yeah, distortions and dark timelines, they said. We're getting rid of those, all right? You guys are, if you're crying right now, I just saw a flash of somebody crying clairvoyantly. Not all of you, but I'm seeing one person at least who just got a major energetic release from this. If you're crying, I see you. It's okay. You're healing. This is what it feels like sometimes. This is what it feels like when the doves cry. Let's make it a party, guys. It doesn't always have to be so serious. We're going to bring in those high vibes, fun and play. I know we go through a lot of shit as light workers. We do a lot of dark shit, taking out the trash. It's hard, so let's bring fun into it. Yeah, the dove is Holy Spirit. And that crying is, again, it's connected to that old sacrificial imprint. Okay, so I'm going to do some of these spell cards here. This was sent in by a donor. I just picked it up yesterday. Thank you so much to the subscriber who sent this one in to us. I love this deck. It is the Harry Potter spells deck, and you have Aloha Mora, unlocking. Yeah, there we go. Unlocks objects. So you are able to unlock and retrieve what has been blocked from you, group number 3. And a lot of this is because we're releasing that energy, or you're releasing that energy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. I'm seeing Vipera evanesca causes a snake to disappear in a puff of black smoke. Again, the energy of black smoke. When I do energy clearing clairvoyantly for people, I see black smoke in the auric field, and I call it dross, D-R-O-S-S. It is a buildup of negative energy, either emotions, negative energy. Entities can use that and attach to that and expand it as well. So I'm just seeing like this negative energy that was in the auric field that needed to be cleansed out, and that's what we're doing today. And that's what you're going to probably be continuing to do over the next few days, group number 3. So just keep that in mind, as you may be especially energetically sensitive, but I'm actually feeling that you're going to feel better. So you're not going to feel worse as you're doing this detoxification. You're actually going to feel better because you will feel lighter. You're making this disappear in a puff of black smoke. You know, it's just poof, gone. You took out the trash, and then it's so much easier. I'm also noticing just now that this snowy owl reminds me of Hedwig, which is Harry Potter's owl in Harry Potter. And so the fact that I was called to use these cards as well, that seems significant. They're showing me dementors. Keeping your vibration high, not letting that soul-sucking energy drain you or agitate you. Yeah, if you feel agitated in the body, group number 3, pay attention to those symptoms and signs that come up as like itchiness or feeling restless or your body just feeling jittery or anxious. That means there's energy in the auric field that needs to be cleansed out. And you can do that by setting that intention. They're telling me moving your body helps too. That's why I just started I was like vibrating. I was like a jackhammer in your reading because that was the energy, like it needed to cleanse out. Sometimes like when I'm moving super heavy energy through my body, like this happens all the time. You got to take out the trash like once a week, just like regular human trash. You got to take it out regularly. We're going to talk about this one in a sec, but sometimes when I'm moving through some really dense stuff, I'll stand up and I'll kind of like jump, kind of not jumping, but I'm like bouncing on the balls of my feet, like lifting my heels and kind of like shrugging my shoulders. It's like literally moving the body helps the energy to flow through and to release. So you can even just like, if you start to sense that energy building up in your body, do that as well. Okay, so diminuendo. How do you say that? Diminuendo. Yeah. Charm that forces the target to shrink. Okay, while practicing his spellcasting as part of Dumbledore's army, Nigel Wolpert uses this charm to defeat a mechanical Death Eater inside the Room of Requirement. Working hard is important, but there's something that matters even more. Believing in yourself. Oh, I love that. That message of believing in yourself has come up in several readings recently from different decks of cards. Like that message just keeps coming through. So it's really important to believe in yourself, group number 3, and to trust and listen to your body is what they're telling me. Listen to your body because it will give you this information about things that you need to do to support the energetic flow or release, to balance things out. Yeah. I feel like I missed something here. Hold on. They took me back to this card. I was going to keep going and they said, no, wait, stop. Forces the target to shrink. I'm getting a couple messages from this. I'm getting don't shrink in the face of challenge. I'm also getting that you can shrink down this trash. It's like a trash compactor. It makes it more manageable. It's like bite-sized chunks that you can then remove. Yeah, like for example, when I did a lot of healing work over the years for people, I would see sometimes like really big pile-ups of energetic dross in the body, in the light body, or in the auric field. And sometimes it would get so big and so dense that it would take a long time. It's almost like I had to go in with like a chisel and start kind of like hammering away at it energetically with the Reiki to break it up into smaller pieces. And then those smaller pieces I was able to remove. So it's, as above, so below. It's the same thing with anything physical. Like if you have caked on dirt or caked on, like, when you spill something on your counter and then you forget to clean it for a while and it gets really hard. It's hard to just wipe it away like that. So if you did it when it was fresh, you could wipe it away pretty easily. But once it solidifies like that, it's a bit tougher and you kind of have to like break it up or you have to like scrub a bit harder. That's kind of what I'm seeing here energetically. There's some stuff maybe that's coming up that's been there for a while and you're kind of being given this advice in the next sort of like 4 or 5 days to focus on breaking it up or breaking it down because that's going to make it easier to remove. Okay, ridiculous. Could be to do with fear. They're also showing me clothes are important here. They just showed me the vulture on the hat. That's Neville's grandmother's hat and outfit on Snape there. So, but the vulture, it picks off the pieces. It's, it's a scavenger, but it's also about cleansing and release. Like whenever the vulture totem has shown up in my life as a spirit guide or a spirit animal, it's because I'm releasing something or letting something die off or taking out that trash. That's what vultures do. They are like the trash receptacles of the nature kingdom. And they actually help prevent disease and stuff like that because they eat the dead flesh. So they get rid of it. So it can't rot and become, infectious. That's what I'm seeing here. You got to take out the trash so that it doesn't stink up the place. You got ridiculous, which is the spell that defeats a boggart. So forces a boggart to assume a less threatening comical form at the sound of laughter. Did I not mention laughter and high vibration earlier? Yes, exactly. This shit gets heavy, all right? But it doesn't have to be. And it's easier if you use humor, because that's a high vibration. At the sound of laughter, the boggart will burst into 1,000 tiny wisps of smoke and disappear. Fear and distortions and energy that's stuck in the light body. The wisdom you're meant to receive from this reading and that you're going to be integrating over the next few days, group number 3, is that you will use laughter and high vibration to shift this energy. Laughter will break it down. Like I was just saying, it's like I'd use the Reiki to do it, but laughter is high vibration just the same. So it will work. They're showing me cleaning supplies. Laughter is one of your cleaning supplies, group number 3. Gloop. I almost said gloop number 3. Gloop, I think that's something that removes like glue. Something that's stuck on, very sticky. Yeah. So you've got all these references to cleaning things up here, and using that high vibration is going to help. The incantation alone is not enough. What really finishes a boggart is laughter. So self-belief, laughter, high vibration. Yeah, that's going to help to purge and release this out. High vibe. Petrificus totalis, because something was totally petrifying here. Literally, that's what that translates from Latin into. So you've got stiffens the target's limbs so they cannot move. Okay, so this was something that was paralyzing for you, group number 3, on some level. That sacrificial martyr archetype was paralyzing for you. I'm getting like panic energy. And that's why this garbage has built up and needs to be released, possibly from past lives. There could have been situations where you actually went through things like that. Some of the examples I see are like the persecution imprint in light workers, being burned at the stake, being sacrificed, and things like that, literally. So it can have like trauma within the physical body, the cells, the DNA, the energetic field. But like I said, don't get overwhelmed with it. Just break it down. Be in that higher vibration and cleanse it out. Believe in yourself and know that this is possible and that you're doing it. This is the body bind curse. Hermione uses it to stop Neville from stopping them from going and doing what they needed to do. So I feel like you may have come up against some roadblocks in regard to clearing this thing out, but you're getting the go ahead. The countdown is on, is what they're showing me. So there's something of a block that's been released enough to be able to start the process of breaking this down, or continue the process of breaking this down and releasing it over the next few days. Arresto momentum. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, during a Quidditch match versus Hufflepuff, Professor Albus Dumbledore uses this spell, which slows down the target, to slow Harry's descent after he falls off his broomstick. So I feel like you're getting your landing cushioned, group number 3, and you're able to do this softly. Your obliviate is on the bottom. This is the memory charm that causes you to forget. So I feel like this may have been past life and you forgot these things. You have no conscious awareness of them. Maybe you do, or you're getting that back, but it's stored in the cells, it's stored in the body, it's stored in the energy field, in the layers of that light body. So being able to bring this to your awareness is going to help to shift it. It's going to help you to release what doesn't need to be there anymore and to heal from that. It stops the momentum of that, especially if it was tied to like karmic imprints. We're going to get more cards from the tarot and the Soul Journeys Oracle. So I'm just going to move those off to the side. So yeah, I feel like in the next few days, group number 3, I would definitely recommend doing some physical release on the behalf of your energetic body, because you don't even necessarily need to do energy cleansing per se. That would be helpful, but if you don't have access to that, either from someone else or the skills to do it yourself, you can simply just move your body. The Hermit reversed. Yeah, this is past life. Yeah. It's an old wound, they said. Okay, 7 of Pentacles reversed. Look, there's lambs in the back. Confirmation. And they're saying harvest, like you were harvested against your will. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a persecution imprint then. Crucifixion imprint, persecution imprint, they're very similar. They're almost the same energetically. But you have this wisdom coming in, okay? Like you have that white owl, the snowy owl is wisdom. You also have the hermit, which is wisdom. So you're unlocking this knowledge or this awareness of this so that you can get this out and ascend. The ladder in this card talks about ascension. So you're raising your frequency, ascending, yeah. Ace of Cups, beautiful. Love to see that. Healing in the next few days. You're going to be doing some energetic healing. Group number 3. And they're just reminding me, I didn't even look at the moons on this, but they were showing it to me clairvoyantly. They showed me the eclipse. So at the time, if you're watching this at the time that this reading is coming out, these are timeless readings. So whenever, but specifically for those of you who are watching this when it airs, the solar eclipse in Aries is coming up on April 8th. So basically the entire eclipse portal or the entire eclipse window is going to be super intense. They're showing me you purifying and burning off dross in your energy field. So that's good. Like the fires of transmutation are stoked and ready to go. And then you've got this cleansing water to come in and calm everything down. So you're going to burn it off and then you're going to cleanse it down. You're going to soothe, add healing water to the balm of the soul is what they said, the balm of the soul. The cleansing waters, the Holy Grail. This is your immortal soul that's being cleansed. This is the Trinity. They're showing me the Trinity as well. Yeah, so you're doing a lot of like psychic healing and emotional healing and light body healing, past life healing. 3 of Wands. The seagull just like screamed at me. It just went, mine, 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 mine. No, there's something about elevation is what, okay, that's what they're giving me. Elevation. I couldn't quite put my finger on it for a second, but it feels like you are, oh, they said go to the sea. Oh, going to the sea will be elevating because it helps to cleanse your energy in your auric field. Okay. Yeah, because the literally at the physical level, the negative ions connected to sea and salt water in the air helps to dispel the positive ions that can accumulate in the auric field or in the even in the physical electromagnetic body. That's good. You want negative ions because that's what makes you feel calm and relaxed. It calms your nervous system, makes you feel soothed and grounded. The positive ions clump together and they get heavy and dense and staticky, and it's like restless energy. Yeah, so go to the sea or do some salt bath cleansing, group number 3. Yeah. Especially in the next few days. If you have Epsom salts, sea salt, table salt, Himalayan salt, whatever you got, throw it in your tub and get your butt in there. 8 of Cups. Cleansing, moving out of the past is what I'm seeing. You're picking up your walking stick and you're walking away from the past, letting it go. Letting it go, letting it flow. I said that earlier when we were doing the cleansing, so I do feel that that's some emotional release may happen. Or it could just be physically coming out of the body too. Justice reversed. It's because these imprints were unfair. They were not balanced. They were not just. Martyrship is not aligned. So that's why things are balancing out now. And even if you didn't see it before, see how she's blindfolded, you can still do the energy healing. See the light coming from her hands? We all have energy healing in our hands. You don't have to be activated by the Reiki to be able to do this. Every human on the planet has this ability. The Reiki just really focuses and enhances it, but everyone can do it. And it doesn't even have to be Reiki. It be quantum touch, whatever, like any kind of energy healing modality. Chi, Ki, prana, Reiki, all of it. It's all energy force. It's life force. So I'm seeing you being able to heal, even if you can't see what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing, just trust the process because your soul's got this. You just needed the awareness on some level to be able to like participate in this or give consent to that release. The Star card reversed. This has been overdue is what they're telling me. You've been kind of needing to cleanse this for a long time, group 3. And it's built up in the system. That's why it's very stiff, stagnant, or condensed. It's going to take a couple of passes, okay? So like do this as much as you can over the next few days. And then once you've cleaned things up, keep it clean. Like maintain that through some kind of a cleansing ritual or routine that you do every day. And it doesn't have to be super intensive. It can just be that you rub salt on your body when you're showering once a day, or you go outside and ground on the earth, or you go for a walk by the ocean or something. or you just, jiggle your body a bit, or you laugh daily with the intention of releasing things. So there's so many easy ways you can do it and incorporate it into your life. But I'm seeing that things kind of like they built up for a little bit too long, and that's why it kind of got heavy, but you're releasing it now. So that's good. I'm happy to report that. The Hierophant reversed. I'm seeing, religious zealot. They just said religious zealot. You were probably persecuted as a religious zealot in a past life then. Okay. Yeah, they're showing me pagan versus I guess at that time it would have been like the Catholic faith or something like that. Oof. The World reversed. Again, I'm getting this cycle is overdue to be closed. But the good thing is that it's closing because it needs to. It has to. You're closing out this old cycle. You're getting healing from it. It's time. Yeah, it's time. Judgment. It's time. It's inevitable. It was going to happen. You're going through a rebirth process. You're going to be feeling reborn from this. But I keep still feeling a bit of itchiness. Okay, so you just keep at this. That it's not gonna just go after one shot. You need to repeat this process a few times to get it out fully. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles reversed. This is what I mean. It's a slow process here because they're showing me clairvoyantly, like when you walk into someone's house who is a hoarder, it's like stacks of newspaper and garbage in the corners and on the floor and everywhere. Because it's built up for so long in this way, it's going to take time to clear it out. And a lot of elbow grease. So be patient with this process. You're being guided by the divine through it. So don't worry about that. It's all balancing out. And you're getting the support you need. You literally wouldn't have been drawn to this video if you weren't getting the support that you need, because I'm one of those supporters here for you. But I'm seeing that they're just encouraging you in the next few days specifically, because it might get intense over the next few days, to just be patient with the process. Try to bring some levity to it, some brevity, some jokes, some laughter, some fun, some playfulness, so that it doesn't feel quite so tough. It's like, have fun. Oh, they're showing me the 7 dwarfs. Whistle while you work. Whistle while you work. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so it's like you can clean things up and not feel like it's such a daunting task. You can even have fun while you do it, dare I say. Ace of Swords. I'm seeing you breaking the chains. See how the sword it's about to cut that chain. Breaking the chains to the past, they said. Yeah. Severing the ties, they said. Ace of Pentacles. I heard investing in the future. Yeah, so you're cutting ties with the past and you're investing in the future. Beautiful. King of Pentacles, and they said turn that one upright. Balancing out. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, balancing things out. Healing the physical body. This is a big part of it. And the eclipse portal is activating this for you. It is a bit overdue, but the eclipse portal is like, it's going to happen. So here you go. They're just kind of like, you're getting like a little forced into doing this cleansing work, but it's for your greatest and highest good. And it's not going to be like painful or anything. It's actually going to be, relieving. And like I said, it can be a little fun as well. So we'll get some final closing messages. We have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So you're learning through the process of what does and doesn't work for you energetically, and what you need to let go of, and why you've been holding on to things, or having the courage to face these emotions or these energies or failures. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Yeah, you're facing these fears with confidence and overcoming the past is what I heard. Overcoming the past. Relationships. Oh, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. You may have been betrayed in these past lives. People you trusted may have turned against you. I've seen stuff like that while doing Akashic readings, past life readings. A lot of the time, it's like the people who are closest to us who turn against us based on like faith, religion, or differing beliefs, or whatever personal motives they have. And it can really harm your ability to trust people. So I'm also seeing that being a factor here. which is maybe why you didn't want to kind of open Pandora's box, so to speak, but it's going to create peace. Look at that. Beautiful. It's going to create peace for you. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Bam. Confirmation. Closing message. Happiness. Wow. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So you are moving into this happiness portal. Look at all the dolphins swirling around in this vortex. You're moving into this high vibrational, playful. I'm hearing laughter ringing in my mind. Yes. So again, use laughter to your benefit. Use happiness, joy, and peace to heal these relationship wounds. It could be in the heart chakra, but I'm actually feeling it like throughout I was feeling it in the arms. I was getting itchy arms. So I think a lot of this is in the heart, the chest, the arms could be affected. Pay attention to those areas when you're doing this release stuff. What else? Yeah. And I think that's it. Move your body. So yeah, you're releasing negative energy over the next few days. Group number 3. I hope this reading was helpful and that you benefited from the healing, the information herein. If you guys are needing anything else, you can always reach out to me. I have sessions available. I'm a spiritual mentor, energy healer, and teacher. So if you guys are interested in working with me personally, I do have mentorship sessions available in small windows throughout the month. The link to those services are through my website, which is in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here on the channel. Group number 3. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm wishing you the best for your greatest and highest good. May you be freed from these chains of the past. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.